Folks, at my initiative, School Choice is the Black choice, and what we've been doing is going around the country talking to African Americans who are running charter schools. This is a part of an effort with my wife's foundation, J. Hood and Associates, and the Walton Family Foundation. And why is this important? Because this is about showing us controlling our own education, plus controlling the economics of our education. So we took our cameras to the Bronx to talk to Dr. Charlene Reid, who's doing amazing things there with poor children. Here we go. School Choice is the Black choice also highlights outstanding charter schools and the men and women who run them. This week, we travel to the Bronx in New York City and meet one of these extraordinary sisters who are dedicated to changing the lives of our kids and our community. Today's School Choice All-Star is the Bronx Charter School for Excellence and its CEO, Dr. Charlene Reid. Dr. Reid runs the Excellence Community Schools Charter Management Organization. Now in its 13th year, they serve nearly 1,500 students in 5 schools in New York and Connecticut. One of the most important advantages public charter schools have over traditional public schools is their ability to reflect the exceptional nature of their African American leadership. Dr. Reid is a former UCLA track star, and her will to win still informs her leadership style today.
The goal was always very clear. You need to win. There's no tie. There's no, oh, we did a good job. It was the effort. No, it was you need to win. Winning for a public school is that the kids are going to graduate and go to the best high schools in the college. That is the win. Anything else is a loss. Like, we high-five each other when a kid gets into the best high school. And if someone doesn't get into the high school that we want them to get into, we're like, oh, come on, we got to fix this. What else can we do? How can we make it better? What did we mess up on that kid? Like, literally. We have so much data on children that we go back and say, where did we mess up with this kid to where they got into this school when they should have gotten into this school? And then we're able to target, like, wow, 6th grade, look what they were doing in math, and we didn't catch this. This kid slipped through the cracks. Something happened here. And then you see what happened in 7th grade and 8th grade, and look at his scores. So that's why he couldn't get into that school. So we have to make sure that that doesn't happen again. But that all happens when you want to win and you feel like you're part of a team and you don't like losing. I hate losing. And I take it so very personal. The levers that I push the most to get the school to this national blue ribbon model was this idea of care, but putting the care into action. So if you really care about someone and you care about their education, you're going to prove it through actually teaching them. So what does that look like for a kindergarten teacher? You're going to set your goal that the kindergartners by the end of the year are going to read. And by any means necessary, you're going to do everything you can to make sure that they learn how to read. And so this level of persistence, care, you just don't give up.
My name is Gregory Jones, Jr. I have 3 children in the school, one in the 6th grade, one in the 3rd, and my daughter is in kindergarten. The teachers are hands-on. I think all teachers care. These teachers here, they care a tad bit more, I would say, because they're more, they talk to your kids and they call you and they speak to you in front of your child solo. They send you text messages, emails. So it's more of a friendship relationship than it is a teacher and parent relationship.
The families and the students know that they are held successful and that they cannot fail. Even though they're going to fail, they're going to make mistakes. But it's all about you learn how to make mistakes and you learn how to have successes, and that's what life is all about. So what we're modeling here is life.
My name is Brandon Johnson. I went to Bronx Charter School for Excellence from kindergarten to 8th grade. And once I graduated, I went to Mount St. Michael Academy, which is on my pen. And I'm attending St. John's University to study business and administration. Every teacher, at the end of the day, they want you to work hard because it's their job to make you want to do the best that you can. So one thing I always knew was that they wanted me to get 100 on my test because they needed me to, you know? So it was never a question whether they wanted me to be successful. I knew they wanted me to be successful. Some teachers showed it in different ways. Some teachers were like playful, laid back, and some teachers are really on my back all the time. And I'm like, oh man, I don't really like that. But the teachers, it's interesting that the teachers that you don't like the most are the teachers that you appreciate the most in the end.
Another crucial advantage for a public charter school is the ability of its leaders to use their knowledge and experience and creativity to fix what they see as broken. That is not always true in traditional public school systems.
When I worked in the traditional school district as a teacher and as a leader, I was part of a system that I felt like rewarded bad behavior. I felt like that's what I was a part of. A lot of apathy, a lot of, the kids are poor, the neighborhood is violent, all the things that can plague an urban city district or, a low-income neighborhood. But at no point did I feel like, and it's not everyone, but ultimately it's enough to where you just can't take it anymore. And so for me, coming to a space where I could control for responsibility and accountability was huge for me, because I wanted to be able to kind of figure out a way to make an urban public school work. And I made that decision after trying really hard in a traditional school district and was met with so many different obstacles and things getting in the way of student learning, that I said, if I can control some of these obstacles or these levers, then I think I actually can get an urban public school to work. So by the time I got to a charter school, I was like, every morning we're gonna have a sacred reading block. This is gonna be the core of what we do. Nothing's ever gonna get in the way of this reading block. And it's worked. And I tried to do it in another environment and I couldn't, because I couldn't command that amount of time. Like, what I needed was an uninterrupted block of about 90 minutes to 2 hours every day of literacy instruction for this to work. And so that's like the largest, that's, to me, I'll always be in this setting, at least in the near future, because I have that freedom to be able to control literacy instruction. This is a personal investment for all of us. I treat the children here as if they're my own children. And when you do that, you're gonna fight for them tooth and nail. When you treat them as other people's children, you don't fight for them. You have conditions when it's other people's kids. You don't have any conditions when it's your own children. And so I think parents walk away knowing that there are no conditions for the way that I care and love your child.